lot of people will tell you all about how great iOS 8 is,
from adding interactive notifications and a bunch of other fan favorite features.
Now, what they do not tell you is how you can actually make the most out of it and make it usable in 2026. So I'm Derek from CertifiedLegacy, and today I will be showing you how to make the most out of iOS 8 in 2026.
Let's talk about iOS 8.
Now, for some prerequisites that you will need to actually follow this guide. The first prerequisite you will need to do is jailbreak your device. Now, what I recommend and will show you how to do is jailbreak with WTF, which is basically an untethered jailbreak through iOS 8.0 all the way up until like the latest version of iOS 8. If you are on a like rare, non-downgraded version of iOS 8 for your specific device, I highly recommend you save SHSH Blobs Legacy iOS kit on Mac or Linux before proceeding with the jailbreak, just in case something goes wrong and you need to restore.
Now, all you need to do is download SideLoadly from this link I'll have in the description, and you're going to get one for either Windows or Mac OS to sideload WTF. Also, if you are on Windows, I highly recommend you install iTunes, also linked in SideLoadly's thing. So download both of those, install both of those, and yeah. Next thing you need to download is WTF. I keep calling it that. It's like WTFIS. So what you're going to do here is you're going to go releases under this GitHub, of course, and you are going to install the IPA file. Well, not install, just download it rather is what I'm trying to say. Now, connect up your device to your computer. So I'm going to do that right here. I have my iOS 8 iPhone 6. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to open up SideLoadly. Okay. And all you have to do is you have to enter in your Apple ID and put in the verification code, and then you can go ahead and select the IPA file. And then you just hit start. And also, by the way, before you do this, if you're on Windows and have an antivirus, make sure to disable your antivirus just so you have like a higher chance that it successfully sideloads, because antiviruses usually, for some reason, when you're sideloading jailbreaks, will like block it, probably because it has like exploits and whatever in there, and it's named and featured as that in the code or whatever, the IPA, I don't know, I'm just guessing. So usually it just will not sideload if you have an antivirus enabled. So temporarily go ahead and disable your antivirus so you have maximum success when you're sideloading. All you have to do when it's successfully sideloaded is you just open up your device, of course, open up WTFIS, and you just hit go, and you're gonna jailbreak, and that's all. It's very simple. And if anything goes wrong and like you start boot looping or something, just go restore with your SHSH Blobs and Legacy iOS kit if you're on a rare version, or if you are not and you're on like a downgraded version, just go ahead and downgrade back to that iOS version, of course.
And now that you're jailbroken, let's go ahead and get certificates. What you're going to do is you're going to go to this site in the description called tlsroot.lit.ca. And what you're going to do here is you're going to get the signed iOS bundle for iOS 5 Plus. All you do is just hit install, enter your passcode. It'll say it's not verified, but that doesn't really matter. Just hit install, and then you're done. Also, just so you block updates, because none of these actually end on iOS 8, go into Safari and put in this, which I'll have in the description. And all you do here is you just go and you're going to install the tvOS profile. What I'm going to do here is you're going to enter your passcode, hit install. This will block updates. All you have to do is you just hit restart, and it will now restart your phone. Now updates will successfully be blocked. Now you can go ahead and sign into your iCloud, your iMessage, your App Store. And how this works basically is you're going to get sent a verification code to your phone, and what you're most likely going to have to do is put it on the end of your password. I know some versions of iOS 8 do have like the actual verification code thing. Sometimes it shows up for me, sometimes it doesn't. If you don't get that, rather put that on the end of your password when you enter it in, because it'll say it might be wrong. So just put in your verification code at the end of your password is what I'm saying. Now, let's get into the tweaks I recommend. Luckily, almost everything already works on iOS 8, so you don't really have to worry about fixing much. So, like, the only fix we're going to be doing today is YouTube and better methods to, like, install apps other than the App Store, because some of the App Store apps just refuse to download because they're too new. And, of course, we're going to install some other fun tweaks that just overall make iOS 8 a little bit more enjoyable, like these home screen animations and stuff like that. So, of course, that we're now jailbroken, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up Cydia. What we're going to do here is add this repo right here, yzu.mo/dev/. And if you want to add a repo, if you don't know how to do it for some reason, you just hit edit and add, and then you add your source. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go into the Electamods repo after we've added it, of course. And what you're going to do is you're going to install Viteris. You're going to hit modify, install, and confirm, and it will now either prompt you to restart your springboard or reboot or whatever. So go ahead and do that. It'll also install substrate safe mode alongside it, which is good in case you install a bad tweak or something and need to go ahead and manually uninstall it. So once you have that now installed, now let's go over how Viteris works exactly. Viteris, think of like Viteris as an alternate app store. And what it is basically is that. So you have pretty much every app that you could think of available in here. So anyway, what you can do in here is you can search up whatever app you pretty much desire. Like you can search up Minecraft. Let's get like an even older version of Minecraft, because I kind of want to see how that works in iOS 8. So like I think this is like, no, that's like a very, very old version of Minecraft. And what you can do is you can actually select the version that you want, which is not very nice. In the App Store, it's not possible to do that. So that's what's very nice about Viteris. You can pretty much select whatever app that you want in the version that you want. And all you have to do to see it install is you just go to More, Queue, and then you can see it installing. And now we can check out Minecraft PE 0.12 alpha. And of course, this is nothing wrong with like the phone itself, why it has like these two like black bars on the end. It's just because this is a very old version and it's not optimized for modern versions. Of course, you can even see the old skeuomorphic design when you hit options, except not options is not opening. So anyway, let's create a new world and just, yeah, you can see it's quite buggy and not optimized for newer versions. So I would really just recommend you get a newer version of Minecraft that is definitely works better on iOS 8 than this. Like, this is very old. I don't even think you can fly in creative mode, which is really weird. But yeah, you can see that's how that works exactly. And since we already installed AppSync Unified alongside Viteris, as it automatically does that, what you can do here is you can install any app, but even more apps actually, from this site right here, iPhoneOS Obscura.lit.ca. This is basically Viteris, but in site form, and it has, sometimes it has more versions of apps that you desire, and sometimes it doesn't, so it doesn't matter. So you can, if you're like looking for one that's not available, you can swap in between those. Since we're going to do tube repair next, we are going to install any version of YouTube going from 1.10 to 2.2.0. What I recommend is 1.4.0, as that is overall the best version for this. And next thing that we're going to do, of course, now that we've installed that version of YouTube, is we're going to go back into your sources and you're going to add this repo right here, cydia.skyglow.es/. And once that's installed, you're now going to open up this repo. And what you're going to do here is you're going to find tube repair, and you're just going to open this and you're going to install this. And once you've installed tube repair, do not open YouTube yet. You're not done with this portion. What you need to do next is you need to go into settings and you need to find tube repair. What you're going to do here is you're going to open up this here and you're going to add this custom URL, https://tuberepair.uptimetrackers.com/. And once you've added that, now YouTube should successfully work. And a couple notes about tube repair. I was actually watching a Mac throwback video on here earlier. Sometimes these videos will not work on first try. So like they'll get like a playback error or something, but sometimes they will work on first try. So like, let's see if this one actually works on first try. I have no idea who this is, but we'll see if this video works. So like, for example, I actually got that video to load. But for example, some of these copyrighted ones, you'll get playback errors. But yeah, I just had to reopen that for that to work. So yeah, now that is working. So like, if you have any playback errors, just try again a couple times until it loads. Even though like technically copyrighted content is not supposed to be supported on tube repair, it may take a couple tries for it to actually work. And the sad thing about tube repair is, as of early 2026, you currently cannot log in, which, I mean, kind of sucks, but you can still watch videos, which is good. Whenever this does come out and you can actually sign in, which I have no idea when that's going to happen, I will definitely be making a video on that. Now that we have fixed YouTube, let's add some other tweaks that just overall make iOS 8 more fun. The tweaks I am referring to are Zeppelin and Cylinder. Zeppelin basically just allows you to make a custom carrier logo in place of like the no service or like you having a SIM in there. So I made it Verizon because this is a Verizon iPhone 6. And Cylinder is basically this little fun tweak. If you know what the barrel tweak is, like where you can just customize your home screen animations are, that's basically what Cylinder is. So we're just going to add 2 of those tweaks and I'm going to show you how they work. They're actually built into Cydia by default. So all you have to do in here is you just have to search up Zeppelin, and then you can hit modify, install, and then you continue queuing. And then all you have to do next is you have to go find cylinder, and you have to modify, install. And then once those are both installed, now let me show you how they work exactly. Starting off with Zeppelin, this can be found in settings. All you have to do in here is you can just find your theme. Mine is like has some custom themes in here that you can actually install via Cydia with like all these logo packs, which you can go find in there. So like I have a bunch of Verizon ones that install the variations of it, so I can check them out. Like there's a Windows 8 one, but there's a bunch of ones in here by default that you can just change it in. So let's change it to like one that's in here by default. Like I don't have AT&T, but it's in here for some reason. Apple. Yeah, but you get how that works. Basically, you can just select whatever one you desire. Next, moving on to cylinder, all you have to do is just select whatever animation you want and click on it. You can't do two at once because, yeah, combining certain 3D effects may cause lag, and overall it just doesn't look as good if you have two of them going at once. So like I have spin on. Let's change that to like what's vortex. Whoa, that looks really cool. So yeah, that's how that works basically. There's a bunch of these that you can choose from in here. Let's check out like wave. That one's barely different. Wait, no it is. Look, that's pretty cool. Like let's check out, what's Rubik's Cube? That sounds pretty interesting. Wow, okay. But yeah, that's pretty much how this works. Let's check out like one more. Find like, what's burst? I don't know what burst is. Whoa, yeah, I really like that one. I'm gonna leave that one on there.
And yeah, that is how you make the most out of iOS 8 in 2026. Thankfully, most of iOS 8 already works, so we didn't have to fix much overall, like the App Store or like anything. The only thing we had to fix was installing certificates so we could actually log into iCloud and the store and iMessage and stuff like that. And we had to fix YouTube, which is very easy. So overall, this is really why I like iOS 8 so much in 2026, because a lot of the stuff already still works, and even jailbreaking it doesn't make a huge difference, which is really nice. But of course, now we have better methods to install apps and stuff like that, like Cylinder, Zeppelin, which we just went over, which is cool ways to customize your home screen and stuff. So of course, if anything goes wrong, please comment down below and I will see if I can help you, and so can the community. And yeah, if you found this video interesting and or helpful, please like, subscribe with notifications on so you're notified when I come out with a brand new video. Also share to someone that might find this interesting and or helpful. And check out my social medias, which will be on the end card and in the description. And yeah, this has been Derek from CertifiedLegacy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.